Okay, next step. طيب. Okay, next step. If we make a new page, so on the website, I'm getting the Stack Overflow questions, and the GitHub questions, or GitHub repositories, Twitter data, YouTube, and Eventbrite. I'm trying to do the meetup.com uh, data. Oh, there's extra data from the blog data, from the deployment, from the programming. I have like about 500 collection of video on teaching. So basically, I want to manage this data or correlate this data for the last 5 years. So I get the Twitter data from backup data, or from adding data, like from adding the data to the basic basic attitude, or I'm getting the data from the basic attitude, also from a backup request. So I done here a backup request, a backup request to get the data from uh, to get the data from okay, and from the YouTube, not YouTube, Eventbrite, the same thing. I did not use that, but when I check the website, checking the website, I have the personal data from I have the personal data from when I check the personal website, I have the data in a JSON format. Okay, so all of them is JSON format. All of these people are JSON format. So I got it in a different way. It's not that updatable, but it's at least I can update it, like from the Stack Overflow and the GitHub and the Twitter and one. I have to do a code for that, and for now I'm doing that manually. I'm collecting all these data, which means I'm not grabbing the data, but I'm getting the JSON somehow in a manual way. I have the steps. I have the steps for the Stack Overflow. They have an API. I'm trying the API playground on that. In the GitHub, the same thing. I'm trying the playground, playground API playground. Here from the backup, and from the YouTube also the API playground. Eventbrite, in their website, I'm trying to using the Chrome Dev Tools. I am getting the data from the request. They have one request which give you the bus tickets. Okay, from getting the bus tickets, it's just a request. You have to be authenticated in the normal way. Open the tools and you will get the data in a JSON way. Maybe we'll do another time. We'll review all of this. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to view or to view I'm trying to view the YouTube, the Twitter, the tweets that I tweeted, correlation the same month of the events that I went. So how many I went to? Usually in the month I went from 1 to 5 events, maybe, if it's like if maximum 5 events, I think, minimum one, sometimes no events. I'm going to that from the events, or from the Eventbrite. I'm using the Eventbrite one. I'm trying to get the maximum information from the Eventbrite by date and with the Twitter one. So 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 I have the Twitter one. Oh, so I have the event one. Show you the event. So here in the website, I have the events. I have the Twitter, I have the Stack Overflow questions, all of them. Okay, so the original format for these people are like for this event is I'll show you the code is Stack Overflow JSON. It's basically a big file. It will take a time, so it will give you all the data, all the information in a JSON format. Okay, when I click it, I done a normal Stack Overflow. I just collect the data, get the data from that one. I created a website a class which to represent the view of the data. From that, I'm just reading the data. I'm reading the data, all the text, and deserializing it. It will be like an item. So from text to solid objects. So I return it to the view of my view. If we go to the home controller, I have the Stack Overflow data here, all the data. I'm getting the data, I'm returning the data, and returning to the view. Inside the view, if you go to the views, I have a Stack Overflow, the same name of the controller. I have the data there inside it. So basically, it's a simple data. I'm getting an object. In the object, I have the view item models dot items. I'm just viewing the title. I'm viewing the and it will give me this view. Same thing. I'm doing it for the GitHub, Twitter, YouTube. Now I am in the Eventbrite page. From the Eventbrite page, I got all my tickets, all tickets from other things. I went to like a lot. It's all ticket from 2018 and before, between 2014 and 2018. I have a lot of events. So when you click one of them, like this event, and you click it, it will go to the 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 website. It will go to the it will go to the event in the same direction. So if you notice on that one, so again, so I was not showing the website again. If you open the website, if you open the website, okay, and went to the Twitter, went to the events, okay, when you click that view tweets or one of these guys, when you click, it will show you, or it will filter the tweets by the month. So at least you can get some context, or if I done anything or context on that month. When I click it, the view tweets, it will go to that page. It will show me only tweet on that month. It will show me the tweet on on the month that exactly that I went to the events. Show me the tweets. So I went the hackathon here. If I can search for a hackathon, if I went to the hackathon, no, yeah, I went to the hackathon. See, the startup weekend. Okay, it will show me the tweets from that event. Okay, so I made these buttons. If you go to the developer console, when you click it, it should post the tweet ID to this URL. Now I'm getting the ID. I should store it somewhere, so I can use that like a filtering for the tweets next time, because I'm filtering by the month, but not exactly which tweets goes to which event. So I want to filter it somehow. So I will be doing this part. So what we will be doing is, one, saving the tweets. Okay, so I want to save the tweet, save the tweets by ID. So we have the Eventbrite. I have the events. Under the events, I have the tweets. Under that, I have the ID. So I will do the ID.json. So I will store the actual tweet. I will show the actual tweet. But if I need the ID, I will read the I will read the if I need the tweet, I will read the file name. I will read the I will read the file name. So now we'll get the tweet. So now we'll create a folder. So we need to create these folders. Second, we need to get the tweet. Third, we need to save it with the ID. So we have 1, 2, 3. So again, create folders. 1, 2, get the tweet. 3, save the file. Maybe 4, update the UI. Update the UI. So if I go to the code again, I'll tweet that fast. Okay, so next thing we'll do after, so again, for the xpin, for the event, so we'll get the events, we'll get the tweets again from the website. If we go again to the website, if we go again to the website, oh yeah, it's the web. If we go to the website and we click the tweet and we go from the tweet, when you click one of these budgets or these buttons, it should go to the server and record this click. So I'm using JavaScript to record the click. If we see the code, to go to that code, where is the Stack Overflow one? Twitter Eventbrite, yeah. If you go to the code, yeah, basically, if you go to the code here, if you see the code, make that smaller. If you see the code here, we are trying get the badge one. I'm getting for each one of the events, which is here, or each one of these. I'm doing a small script for them. It's not optimal, but just for do that when we have time. After we finish the project, we will be coming back for the optimization if we have time. So we get the script there, and we get the Boston of this. We got the Boston of this of that of we bost it. After we done, we have to remove the old one and make it like we just change the color of it to green. We'll change the color here to green after we save it. So on the UI phase, on the server phase, if you go to the server phase, when you go to the home screen in the server phase, you will find there is a method there. This method should do something. First, it should first create the folder. It should create first the folder here. If we go to the folder, we should create these folders and then get the events. Sorry, create the folder, get the events or get the tweet, then save the file, and then we'll reply back with OK. So the JavaScript on the UI can upgrade the UI. So we'll go back again here to the code. So here's the code. We go to the stack. So this will be on the stack or the tweet. So now we are on the tweet. So basically do it here on the tweet class. So on the tweet class, I'm first creating on the tweet class. Where is the tweet class? Here the tweet class. I'm trying to create. Yeah, on the tweet class, I'm trying to create on the tweet class. Where this is the tweet class. Oh yeah, on the tweet class here, I will copy this method. Just it will be easier if we create it here and we call it add to event. So what I'm getting, this they call the root, and I need a tweet as a string. I think is it string? Yeah, string. When we go to the string, we'll read the tweet ID. We'll be getting the tweet ID. So when getting the tweet ID, we are getting the tweet ID from getting the tweet ID. Yeah, this is the tweet ID. Get the folder. Here we'll do it in the folder. I will do a subfolder. So it will be the slash Twitter slash events. No, it should be that way. No, it should be in the events sector. So we'll do tweets. Yeah, we'll add that here. Should be. Yeah, I will do the other way. So we're getting the event, right, tweets. So I will just move this code to the yeah, I think I will move it to the Eventbrite code. If we done the Eventbrite, if we add it. Oh, Michelle, someone is asking a question. .NET. I'm using the .NET .NET Core MVC. Okay, so I'm doing the Eventbrite. I'm creating the I'm creating the code here, getting the code again. So basically I should be getting the folder. This is the content root because because I want the path to be relative to the where is the binary of the website. So I'm just passing that from the structure of the home controller, and after that I'm getting the tweet. First I should be creating the path, this one, the first path here. Okay, so if I went back to the path, for path, we'll call it folder. From the folder I will combine, I will do that like for the tweet Eventbrite path, Eventbrite. I will call it folder A path. Okay, and I will create the folder here. I will say it io dot should not go to the system dot io dot directory dot create directly. So creating the directory, if it's not exist, it will create the directly. If it does not exist, if it exists, it will not do anything. So I will give it the path for the folder. So I'll give it the folder. So it will create the path for the folder because the writing this method, which we'll be using after a little to write it. So this is the first step on the if we remember the steps on the that we say we'll be doing. We already done this step now. Already done this step. First one here. This we already done this step, which is create the folder. Now we'll get the tweet using the tweet ID here. So basically there is no easy way to get the tweet. I have to get all the tweets and filter it because it's not structured, it's just a JSON file. So I will do the core dot twitter dot all Twitter manager dot all dot content root. I will pass the content root, which I already have it. I just do that manual way. I usually just pass for all my method the content root, so it will not be aware of it because it's coming from the injection system on the controller on the ASP.NET. I don't want to strictly type or to couple my code or my business logic or my business code to the .NET. So if in any time if I want to copy that or use it with a different logic or a different place, I can just use it like a non-console app or something. I can use it. I just have to pass the content root for it. So basically the content root, which means where is the folder that where is the root folder that I'm searching for. Okay, so I'm getting that one, and yeah, I'm getting all the tweets. Okay, tweets var tweet. I will call it TW tweet. Okay, I will do it for tweet suites, and I will do do we have the links in system? Here we will have to add system dot link. Okay, so after we get that, if we get it, what we want to filter it. We say where, or not where, we'll do a single or default. Do that just s dot what I'm getting here, what I want the tweet ID, something about ID. I need an ID somewhere. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's ID string. So I'll do the ID string equal the tweet ID. Tweet ID. It should be small. I can usually use a small for parameters. Equal a tweet ID. From that, I will just close it like that. Okay. I will check if tweet tweet not null. If a tweet is not null, what I will be doing with the tweet is not null. Yeah, if a tweet is not null, if the tweet is not null, what I should be doing? Yeah, I remember. If the tweet is not null, I'll just should I do it this way? No, I usually like to do it in. Okay, I'll do it this way. No, it's not logical for me. I will do it other way. So if the tweet is null, because single definitive usually will check if there is something wrong, it will just if the tweet is null, I will just return false. So I'll make that if I succeed, I will add false or true. So I'll be doing here add to event. We'll change it to booleans. So the method is returning true or false. Yeah. Else I'll just continue. So if we click return here, okay, if the tweet is null, it will not continue, just return false. It will what? Return false. I will also do something else. If I'll try to, yeah, if I will not do any error checking here. So after we okay, so what I want to do at next. So the next thing that we want to add here is that after we get the folder and after we do the Twitter thing, we get the tweet. So we already finished getting the tweet. Yeah, get the tweet. So if we go back to the oh, sorry, I did not post the code maybe. Yeah. So what I did here, because maybe the screen is not in the way, maybe I was streaming the wrong screen. The tweet, I just got the tweet. I added the use system.link, and from that I just search for the tweet for all the list. I'm getting the list here. I just go single or default and added a tweet. It will give me the tweet. If it's not there, it will give me like a null thing. I'll just return false. The method will return true or false, like if the operation succeeded or not. It will give you false or true, depend on the on off the like if the operation is succeeded or not. So I'm getting the tweet, which was the second thing, if you remember here. So the first thing already done. If we go back a little, so we already done this one. If we do in here, I need a bigger size. If I do that, we already finished that. So we already finished that. Now we get the tweet. We created the folder. We get the tweet. Now we'll try to save the file, to save it to the file. So how we save it to the file? We'll save it using the ID. So we'll use the ID as a name on it. If we found the tweet here somewhere, okay, we'll do that one. We'll create file path folder. We have the folder. I will do the same thing here. Okay, I will create, not create, no, I will do the first I will get the path. So I will get the path for that one. I will get the path. I'll combine the folder that we already done it before. No. Actually, we need two things here. We need the tweet ID and the event ID. We need the what? The event ID and the tweet ID. So we need the event ID and the tweet ID. So we'll assume that we already have here the event ID and the tweet ID. So which one is more on the other side? So where we are registered on the event Twitter. Okay, event pride. Okay, we need the tweet. We need the event ID. Yeah, we need that event ID here. So we need the event ID. Event ID. We are getting the event ID and the tweet ID. So here so and the code thing again, I forget each time, I forget. So we are in the code. So basically I'm getting that here on that one. We have to add something here. Okay, or maybe just move it. Yeah, make it a little small. So here we'll make that 3 to make it 2.1 or 1.1. Here we have to add something here. If we go to the white one again, here we get in the folder by the event ID. By the event ID. Maybe we'll just save the event also there. Save the event here. So if we go back to the code again, here's the code again. If we go back to the here, we need to go to that. Should we got the tweet? No, yeah, I have to get it at least verify somehow. So get the tweet. Yeah, here we get the event. Where the ID. Ooh, equal to string. I can do it to string. It's not efficient as we said, but we're reading it. We have to do that one another place, another time. Here we'll do the event ID. If it's right, we'll just combine this with the event ID. We'll add the event ID. If the event equal false. Oh, the problem. Squiggly. Okay, I'll just Control Z until we go back. Looks like there is there is something here with the event thing. Maybe there is an okay. Return. Okay. I got what it's why it's. I'll do it. Event B. Okay, I'll do event B. Event B. So it will not. I don't know why it's crying, but I will do the event B. If event B isn't null, return false. There is not return false. Okay. This how now return false. So if not, just create a folder with all the event ID. Okay, and Where should I save that event? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So it's like a little tricky. So I will do it like that. So I'm getting that event. I'm creating a folder for the event using the ID, event ID, from the event ID. Okay. After that, I'll try to save the file. It shall use system dot input. Here, let me make it a little big. System. I will use the system dot input output dot file dot. Oh, I have first to get that. Here what should we do that event? Do here selected event. Okay, so we're combining it with that one event selected event ID. We'll do that selected event ID selected event. So we are getting the selected event. So we're getting the selected event. Getting selected event. We have the selected event. Okay, we have the selected event. From that one, if it's not null, we'll just continue to return false if it's null. If not, we'll go directly to the next one on the folder. We'll get the selected event ID and we create like a path using that one from the event slash the created the path for the folder or the event folder, folder A event folder. We'll do that event folder, event folder. So we have the event folder, okay, and we'll use that plus the file, combine it here, plus JSON, plus maybe like JSON, JSON, and do dot. So we have an event. We have the event here. So we have the event folder. Okay. Inside the event folder, we'll just use it again here. Combine. We have the event folder. We'll do that event. Should we do it that way? Yeah. We'll do it like this one. You will find it by the events, same event ID inside the folder, and inside it, after that, we have to create another folder inside the folder. So we have the event folder. We'll do the tweets folder. Where is the tweets? We'll do the event Twitter folder. So we'll combine that one plus tweets. So now we have that folder, but we have to create the folder. So we have the file folder. Oh, we did not write that one. So we'll do system.input dot write, push it a little, dot write all text. So we have to pass the path for the file. So we'll give it the events file path, and we'll give it the event. So we'll do that JSON convert dot serialize object, and we'll give it here object value. We'll give it that. So the event, where is the event? Give it the selected event. It will return a string. So we have the event as a JSON here. Maybe we'll do it another so it will be more clear. Event JSON. So we have the event JSON here. And give it. So we have the event path, the event JSON. We convert it back to that one. So after we have the event JSON and in the event file, next thing is that after we have the event JSON, we write it to this for the pre-selected file path. So here we have the selected event, we get it. Second, we create a path for that event. Third, we create a file path. We convert the object to a JSON string and we save it on that path. Next, we create the folder, like a subfolder inside that one from inside the event. We go to the Twitter one. So from the Twitter one, after we created the folder, we need to do one thing more. Yeah, we create the folder. Now we get the tweet. So I'm doing the one thing here. First, we get them all together. We get the tweet and the selected event. Selected tweet. We get selected tweet. Okay. So we'll do a double check this way. It should not be 2 lines, but I'll just do it in the 2 lines, more clear for me. So we, if the selected, if either one of them is false, we should not be doing anything before that. So we verified all of them is real thing. So we'll do that one, the event folder. We get the event folder, and we create the we create the event Twitter folder. So Twitter. So we have 2 folders, one for the event and one for the Twitter folder. After that, we create the structure for both of them. System, where is the system directory? So we have the path for all of them. I will do the system dot io dot directory dot create directory. We'll do it for both of them. If we done the longer one, the short one will be automatically done. So if we done the Twitter one, because it's like a subfolder from that one, that it should be automatically done. But for clarity, I will do it together. You should not do that, but I will do it. It's more clear. Do the optimization. Maybe we'll just count out automatically. This one should not exist. This one should not be there. There is no benefit from it, but I will leave it. Make the code clear. After we done the created folder and the subfolder for the event and the Twitter one, next we have to create the so next we have to create, after we create the subfolder for each of them, next we have to create what? If we check again, you create the folder for the first one, for the second one. Next we create the file for the events and we write it down and we create it, and the same thing we get this, we need the same thing here for the tweet. So we'll go tweet file path. We here combine this one. Sorry, we can select it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The structure. Oops. Selected event ID and selected folder tweet. So we have the tweet file path. We combine it with the folder path and the selected event IT. We have the selected event IT. Tweet file path on selected tweet one. So what the next thing we need to do? We need to get the tweet JSON. So selected tweet the same thing. We write it down. So everything should be saved. So if you go to the Xpen window, so what we are getting here, our solving, we have the event. So we have the event. We make it a little big. So we have the event plus slash the ID, or the event ID, slash tweet slash tweet ID dot JSON. Okay, so the next time when we have the event, we go to the event folder, we get the event ID, we can retrieve the tweets. Okay, so we are not saving a reference for the tweet, we're saving the original tweet. We'll do that for the caching purpose because it's not updatable, and don't try to optimize. Always optimize after you finish, or you have the bigger picture of after you're done finishing, if you can, especially for personal projects. Don't try to overdo it. So after we return the file, so we here we return true. Here we return true. If anything happen in the middle between, between the here and here, we don't like, there is an error somehow. If there is an error here and here, now we'll not do any error trapping, we'll just leave it like that. I'm at the business decision maker here. If there is an error, I want to see it. It should not be much of a tweet. Yeah, okay, do that. So again, just we selected the event from the tweet manager using the ID. The ID is the way we have it. If one of the event selected tweet or the event is not there, if it's not real, it should not, because I'm the one selecting the data, but I'm not sure why I'm checking. So after that, we do a folder for the event, and we have, but the structure is important. As we say it on the Xpen thing, we have the events. After that, we have the tweet. We have the events and the event ID, then the tweet, then the tweet ID.json. So we can retrieve it on the in the future. So here, if we copy this and do it here, yeah, so I will just change here tweets, tweet or tweets. I'll just use a singular. It should be probably what constantly. Okay, get. I'll do here get. So same thing. Or if we done it right, we don't have to do this way. We don't have to select now. We just only get the event ID. So from that, if we go to that event ID, we don't have to do any verification, I think, because if it not exists in the bat, it should not be there. Oh, okay. Should we retrieve it to check if it's a real event or not? Okay, I will check if it's a real event or not. After that, we go to the folder of the event, and we have that one. We have the event folder. Yeah, here we don't have to do it in 2 steps. We just do it in 1 step. You don't have to create a directory, it's already there. Okay, I'll just create it. So because if you try to read it and it does not exist, okay, Okay, I'll do if it exists. If not exists, yeah, it should be null. I'll do it after a little. Here we'll do it like object. Yeah, we'll do lists of tweets. Where is the Twitter thing here? What I'm getting here on the tweet? Let's have it. Okay. The event pricing, yeah. Should we? Yeah, I will do that. Result. I will not return result. I will just return an empty list. So I'll just return it. I will return the empty list. So we'll get if it's not a real event, I'll just return an empty list. I will create if the folder does not exist. If the folder doesn't, I will just also return that one. So after we get the Twitter and combine the path, everything is okay. So we get the event, it's already a real event. We get the path and the path exists, which means there is already saved event there. Next we try to write the file, the directory. Do new we'll pass that. We'll pass the event tweet folder. We have the dir. Here we'll do for each of the dir for each I'll use autocomplete for each file on the dir dot get files check the extensions. JSON. Just get the files. We will not care about what other files are in the folder. Okay, we're getting the files. After we get the files, what we should do here? We should use try catch. We don't care if there is an error, but we use the try catch. Try catch. Just write it down to the console because maybe there is a different file. Console. Again, is not a good practice. We should not do that. So we get the folder, we get the files, and after we get the files, ouch, I'm on the code event. Okay, sorry. I forget to change or to retrieve between the two. Okay. Okay, I am on the event where I was. Okay, here for the each file of these I need to deserialize. So I will do JSON convert dot deserialize, and we'll do like Twitter dot root object here. I should read the file. Text txt will do it. So we do the file text is what equaling the. Is there a method in there? Is to read all file. Refresh. No, there is no. It's file dot read all text, which will be the file dot we'll do a small check. If should we do that? I'm not sure. If file okay, no, don't put assumptions. So we get a file from here. We're getting the file, all the file, and we are deserializing. We'll do it like tweet equal the folder. You close it like that one. We will do the results tweet. Now just continue the list. Okay, after that we should return the results or the list. I'll rename it to the list. So basically we need the event, selected event ID to retrieve the events, and from that we need also to save the event we need the events ID and the tweet ID. So add event and get event tweet. So we have these two methods. If we check the website again, so basically when you click here it should go to the add, it should go to the add tweet. We need two things. We need the event ID plus the tweet ID, and so to do that so again if we go to the web, we need the event ID and the tweet ID. So if we go back to the code and we check the view, we have a special view for that one. We have the Twitter Eventbrite tweet. Okay, on that tweet we are sending two things. Where is the tweet ID? Yeah, here is the tweet ID. Post tweet ID. We need two things. I will just name it the same thing. Just put it like that. Double click header so it will be fixed. From that, Okay, so here if we go back to where is that Eventbrite thing? Okay, so here we have the selected tweet ID and we have the selected event ID. Just copy it to these two guys. We just do that. Go to the home, do the same thing, and we say it here. We give it the same name. What is Eventbrite? We do to core dot do the content root equal the string fast selected tweet ID. Do it like we'll give it, how should I do that? Yeah, just call it status. I'll do is okay. I'll do is okay, and I will return the var. Do that is okay. Do it this way. Go back to that tweet thing here. We'll do if that dot is okay, that is okay equal true, just do it this way. Here on this one, where is it, the sending method? Yeah, selected tweet, we need the event ID. Where is it, the event ID? This will be here. this. Okay. So I'm getting the tweet ID and it should be without the string. So we have here for each one of the events, where is the event? Where is the event? Yeah, it's here. It's here. It should be the tweet event. Yeah, it should be working. It should be working. Like, if there is no error, I'll check the debugging terminal. There is no error. Like refresh. Yeah, at least it's compiling. Check the code. Compile code. It should be there somewhere. We go back down here. Yeah, for each one of them we are getting a function, a callback function, and we click it. We have the budget here, we have that call function for it, and we have the selected event and the selected event ID, and if it's true we collect it, we add, we remove, we done it, we post variables, we are done tweet. Okay, it should be working. Yeah, it should be working. Now if I click it and click the network tab here, with this, we don't want to search. Okay, so now if we click it, notice it should be going. We do like a real one. We can debug here also. It's better if we debug. Attach, click attach. So okay, I did not show the whip. If we go to the whip, if we click right click, I just refresh the page. If I click view source, you will see the code for that one, for the code that we are combining. So we have the function, a unique function with the ID. It should not be this way. Let's be real. It should be like one function which you pass that's the callback to the ID and the name, and it just construct the name and the ID there in the way. But I'm doing it here inside. Yeah, it should be a function. I just don't want to do it in two views, so I'm just doing it in one view, not two views. Like it will save you like 99.9 of the page size. So it's better if you done it in one function, not in this way. But I'm doing that way, so don't do it. Just I'm doing it. Yeah. So next if you go to the event here and you click, it should be going here if we click it, but first we'll go back to the code. From the code we'll go to the debug section, we click attach. From here we select the see the bat here, the end of the bat. Now if you go to the home controller, on the home controller, oops, I change the name, it will break. Okay, I'll stop the debugging. Where is that thing here? It should be, yeah, it should be, it should be calling this one. So it will restart after a second. No, it will not restart. I have to restart the page. From here, if we click this again and attached to the home button here, now we are debugging, I think. If I go to the home control and add a debug point here, okay, I will also add a debug point here. Then I will come here and click one of these guys. So we'll check. So if I want to add this to the startup weekend event, not found. What is? Why? What I did wrong? Home attributes. I think it's there. Maybe I am using a reverse. Okay. That one, because that the error here was this, the backslash is escaping, and the forward slash is, it should be there. It's not should be back. That's because not escape is not special character, the forward, but the back one is a special character which is done. The main purpose for it is for escaping a letter or escaping something that should not be there. So if I go back again to that event here, we are still in debugging. We go to the web again, show you the web. If I want to add this event to my collection, okay, so I click here. Okay, it should send add event. It will send it now here. If you remember, if you see the code, it send it, and it send two data here, two data points. We have the event ID and the tweet event. If we go now back to the code, we hit the breakpoint here. On the breakpoint, we see we have two data points, like a little small. I'll try to do it here. See, we have this one, selected event, and the selected tweet. Yeah, it's right. I remember the tweet. The tweet ID was a big error from the event one. Now we're going inside this one. We click OK. And we click it. We are going inside. I'll just do something sweet here. If I go here, oh, I remember that. Oh, nice one, nice. A line breaking. Okay, I have the tweet file. I have the tweet JSON. Okay. Now I click return. It should return. Now if we do a preview, it will should be okay. Okay. If you go here now, on that tweet, it should be green. If we done it right, if we done it, yeah, it's like a different color, but yeah, it's a different color. But I'm not sure why it's giving me this color, but it should be green color. Maybe because I put it in the header. Is it about the header? I'll check. Wait a second. So, oh sorry, I will show you the website. So when we click it, we already went and saved the file. It's there. If we check the code again, if we check the folder structure, we go to the core, we see now here a folder, an event folder with the ID. We have Twitter. Inside the Twitter we have the tweet ID. So if I can make it a little bigger. So if you see it here, we have the core, we have the event ID, Twitter, and inside we have the tweet, the event, and the tweet, because that one is under the Twitter event here. So if I close the magnifier, where is the close magnifier? Okay. So now we have the tweet, and we go back to the web. If we go back to the web, if we check the web, if we check the website again, where is the website? Yeah, it should be there. Where is it? It should be on a different color. Okay, I'll just try it without debugging. Should be faster. If I click here, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'll try to do it. We'll go back to the code a little. I think it's in the href here. Now we'll ask Mr. Google. I don't remember how to do it. How JavaScript is, but okay. I will go back to the code, and so remove the href here. Try to do it again. Wait for it to load. Do it here. Something wrong here on that tweet done. Okay, JavaScript debugging. Chrome. Okay, I'm doing some search on the web. Chrome, how to debug JavaScript and HTML. How to break line, and we have Mr. Stack Overflow. Oh, I get 10 points. Multiple. Oh, I don't remember. Okay, good to get a point. Okay, so uh, use source tab, set a breakpoint on the JavaScript here. Okay, where is the source tab? Oh, okay, good, excellent. So where are we? Are ooh, it's like heavy element. If you go here to that one inspect. So we need to do it here. Call back like this, and we go to the source one. Select it. Okay, we are here. Good, good, good to know. And we click here. No, I want to do it here. Okay. Oh, good. We are breaking. Ah, I know where is the error. Ha ha ha. See, I'll just do if it's hitting or not. What did I do? Focus. Is it down or what? Mm. Debugging is hard. It's fantastic. I'll just do like some refresh of the page. That aside. Wait for it to load. We will wait for it to load. I will wait for it to load. I will wait for it to load. Hmm. Where is the code? Where is the code? Where is the code? Okay, try this one. I'll just click here, commit here. Okay, first I'll try just without debugging. I'll try just to correct the error here somewhere. Where is that one? I will go back to the code. Where is the code? Here's the code. Here you see the ID is that one. I'm not using the correct ID here. We'll just use the correct ID. Okay, it's good. Now just refresh the page and try it with any one of these guys without too much hassle. The zoom is not 100%, but try. Here is the code. It's something, yeah, that one. Interesting, it's not going back. Okay, I'll just do inspect for this. I'll copy the code ID, go to the source here. I will remove these guys. I'll click Control F. Oh, I am here, the website. So again, I just right clicked inspect to go to the page, copy the ID, go to the source. From the source, I click Control F, find that one, find my code. Yeah, it's there. I want to debug these and these and these. So I did choose this one, yeah. So now remember. Okay, I'll click F8. Where is F8? I'll do F8. F8. It should break here. Check the network. Okay, it's already responded, but why it is not answering? Because I'm not doing that right. Okay, so here it should be like that. Okay, it should be like that. It's if that is okay. So we'll just remove these guys, refresh the page, try it again. By the end of the page. So if I click here, it should also give me green one. Go to the source, click find. I click F8. Okay, so I'm not getting the right ID, which means it should be here. Where's the source thing? Here's the source. Should be a problem on the ID. Okay, should do a dash here. Okay, so if I go back to the code, where is the code? Where is the code? Where is the code? Here's the code. If you go back, I have to add like that. So to search the ID specifically. So go back to the web and just remove the breakdown, the breakpoints. Now Okay, I'll do a tag here. See, it's becoming green. Okay, that one, what I'm saying. So just for testing, I will go back to the code. Okay, not the code. I will go back to that here, and I will go to the okay, I will go back to the code. Okay, I'll leave it like that. So if I click, it will be green. Okay, so we can do it multiple times. So now I will go to the server. So I click this one, it will be green. Click this one, it will be green. To start up with here also start up with Sharjah. Okay, so if I click it, it will be green. If I click it, it will be green. So the next step is for me to check if it's possible to do it like what blah 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 blah. Screen green. Yeah, I'll do small test here. I'll go back to the code. And the code here, I will just return. I'll just do like this. Return false. Just to fake it. Let's see. It will recompile. Okay, now if I go to the web and I click, nothing will happen because it should be returning if I go here and I click it, yeah, it should be returning false. Yeah, it's returning false. So I will just take a break, but before the break I'll do one thing. What I need to do is when I double click that the same event, when I double click, okay, so click equal add, click again equal remove. Okay, when the page reloads, so just 1 second task, when the page reload, I will get the data for the event. Okay, I will stop here. I'll continue later.